Alright, what is up, boys? This is going to be a trade recap on how I made, I think, $400, 300 something on NQ today. We took this trade with, at first, 5 micro contracts, and then we scaled out of 1 because it was just too much risk that I had on, and I decided to just stop it there. That V-shaped recovery is really tempting me, so we're gonna dang, that's a good trade, bro. Guys, this is A plus setup right here that's playing out now. Let me just turn my executions off, and then we will go through the trade. We already won on the day. You guys need to remember that. When you already win on the day, everything else is white noise. You already completed your objective for the day. There's no reason to try and get more, unless you're trying to meet a certain quota, if that's the right word. But the reason why this is such a good trade is because we are already pretty bullish as of recovering from this V shape up to here. So it looks like we're in a buy program up to this draw on liquidity right here. This is the 9:30 a.m. Judas swing when we just kind of went up, tapped that 5-minute gap. Holy smokes. And these two equal highs, and then we obviously dumped all the way back down. We're in a 15-minute gap that we are not reacting good off of, so we are still bullish. 5-minute gap continuation, 3-minute inverse. We'll put this right here just for fun. This would be your break even. And this is what you would be entering off of. This inverse right here, this candle closure that is closing above this imbalance, coming down into the 5-minute gap, supporting the bullish price action back up to that draw above us. Now, if this doesn't hit, it does make sense why it might not hit. But to me, this is an A+ setup, and I'd have no problem losing this as a trade. The only thing that could be better about it is if we weren't so hadn't come down so much and have such a big imbalance that we're trading into. But a lot of the time this happens and we just trade right through it, steadily trade right through it, kind of like what happened right here. This huge imbalance, we just edged up and up and up. But let's get into the trade. So coming into the morning, we're obviously pretty bullish. We're rejecting out of a daily gap right here. When I hopped on the charts, the candle was a little higher up, so it was showing a lot more rejection. This 4-hour gap was my condition, and what did we do? We rejected down because we were bearish. We took out all these sell side lows right here, kept going. We had this gap and this intermediate term low that I marked out that was hopefully going to save us and maybe push us back up. So I was looking to take a long after we took this level. And the whole day ES was kind of bullish, which was weird. But yeah, and then we come down into here. We have a little reaction up. We take this low. London lows was right here. We took a lot of draws. This was a pretty significant low that we took. And after we did that, we had a lot of volume pushing us back up. We have this 5-minute close right here and bringing us back up to this 5-minute gap. This is what I was originally targeting in my trade. I entered around right here, just on this V-shape formed. Candle body close is where the stop is going to be. And this is all low resistance liquidity. So we're expecting that price doesn't have a really solid point to turn around at. It's just going to slowly push right through it or quickly just flush right up through those. And we have this unfilled 5-minute gap right here, which was my final target. The trade looked like this. We got pretty close to hitting TP, but I noticed this trend line forming, and what do we know about trend lines? When they break, the whole price action tends to collapse. So when we took this low and broke the trend line, I actually exited out of the trade in profit making my money for the day. So we could have made a lot more if we came up and hit our full TP, but it's not too big of a deal. The big thing about this today is we have this significant low right here. It's nothing crazy, but you can see it if you step away from your screen. Like, you can see it. It's an actual swing low on the 1 hour time frame. It's also like kind of a breaker candle. And right here we have this V shape. This is a fake out. We haven't sweeped that level yet. We come down, make this V shape up. It doesn't even fully inverse right here. So this is where a lot of people get tempted to enter. And this one right here. And this is actually, I entered this trade on my evals, or what I thought were my evals, but I accidentally entered it on my other XFA and just got stopped out on it. No big deal, but I did lose a lot more than I was hoping to. But mistakes happen, stuff like that happens. I can't be mad about it. Even if I were to lose on my other XFA today, like, I can't be mad about that. It's just stuff that's going to happen. It's irreversible, and you just got to keep pushing through it. But yeah, this is a fake out. We haven't actually swept this level yet. This would be a pattern trade. You're just waiting for the V-shape pattern and an inverse. We want to actually have some narrative behind it, wait for this level to be taken out. Then we have a much stronger reaction pushing through here, and we actually get the 5-minute close. But obviously I was already in the trade. But the point that I'm trying to make is that the pattern trade here obviously did not work out when we actually took the level and then had the 3-minute inverse, and it was great. So now I think the 15-minute gap is really pushing us down. So I think this trade will still hit, maybe, but is not looking good for it. It just looks like we're still selling off, and we don't have the bullish price action volume right now for this A+ setup to work out. But that's fine. We already made our bet on the day, so I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay blessed. Peace.